I would do the taco truck during the week, work at the Brooklyn Fleet during the weekends, and I would bartend at night. So it was really tough. My mom wasn't too happy, but I was like, I'm gonna get my hands dirty, so.
What do you mean she wasn't too happy?
Well, being an Asian parent, you know, they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, typical bullshit. So they don't understand that you're gonna go work in a kitchen. I was born and raised in New York. I consider myself first New Yorker, not Chinese, not American, because I think we as New Yorkers are a different breed and blood. I grew up loving food at a young age. My mom would always, she wouldn't be home that often, and she would go to Costco or BJ's and buy you a typical Hot Packet or the cereal, and after a while I just got sick of eating it. And I just started cooking. I remember just cooking, like starting basic with eggs. And I think that's where my love came from, was just kind of like the struggle, like just saying, fuck this, I ain't eating this anymore. And starting to learn myself and being more independent instead of depending on my mom, what she was gonna serve me. When I was a kid, I didn't have cable. So I watched a lot of PBS, like Julia Child, Martin Yan, East Meets West, Jacques Pepin. Those are my earliest memories, and I really enjoyed how like they were just so personal, and also they just showed their love, and it wasn't no frills. It was just like, hey, this is how we're gonna cook this spaghetti, and this is how you serve it, and it was just so creative to me. I graduated, I went to Taiwan, and then that was a game changer for me, because I've never, you know, I've seen the night markets on TV and heard about it, but to be there and experience it was another level.
Yeah. Because
it's like food. You can literally eat food for 4 straight days. And it's just the environment, you know, every stall is just doing one or two things and being the best at it. Mm-hmm. And just to see that, that's really inspiring. And the food was just so good. You know, when I was growing up, I didn't know where I should belong. Like, I like playing basketball, but I get beat up by the black kids because no chink is supposed to play basketball. You know, I go to Flushing, I don't belong there because, oh, those Chinese gangsters, that's not how I roll. You know, so you don't know where you belong, but food was a way for me to tell my story and to say, hey, look, I like doing events, I like cooking for my friends. You know, I like being innovative. I like telling the story when I travel. You have these kids coming in like, oh my God, this food truck, I want to open this food truck, where they see the glamour in it. There's no glamour in this, because you smell like shit, you look like shit, your back hurts. There's no recipe. It's just like the chef's taste. So like, I don't know, maybe a couple more peppers. You know what I'm saying? No, they're specific, but
what happens if you fuck it up? Like, how do you?
Nah, you can't fuck it up. That's why it's a chef's taste. Like, you know, like if I tell you to cook it, it might be a little different, but I'll tell you to taste it. You know, you continually taste it. It's more of a balance.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta continually taste it. Like, I feel like it needs more salt, more sugar. I'm continuing to find ways to like be more efficient, find ways to make the business work for me instead of me working for the business all the time.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, deli slicer, here we come.
That's gonna be the game changer right there.
You think it's gonna be a game changer,
Fuck
right?
Yeah.
I've cut thousands of pounds. Just like vegetarians, be careful, watch out, don't throw up. I apologize, Alice Waters, don't call me. The one achievement that I can recall is being on the front page of the New York Times in the dining section. When I was studying entrepreneurship, I would always take the Wednesday section and I would read it on the train. And I remember one of the articles about Kogi truck, which is in LA, which is probably the first, you know, kind of trendy hot truck of its kind. I made it a goal that, hey, I want to be in the cover of New York Times, and I got it. You know, throughout my years, I applied to Smorgasburg maybe like 10 or 15 times. This past July 2013, you know, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me apply one more time and get rejected. But I never gave up. I think that's what was important to me. Like, no matter what I was doing, I never gave up. And they finally answered back. 5 years out of school, applying 15 times, they finally answered. And I was like, wow. It's the most popular, well-known food market in New York. Maybe, you know, not in New York, throughout the world. You know, because they're consulting other countries to do like Smorgasburg. Like they're doing one in Brazil. You know, they have one in Philly, DC. I think the most important thing is to love yourself. If you ain't gonna love yourself, you ain't gonna do none of this shit. You know, I think you need to say, okay, you accept yourself, you love yourself for who you are, whatever you do, your family, your friends, your situation, your money, and then you go do it, because once you do that, nothing's gonna stop you. Then you go, you know, get your experience. If you need money, if you really believe in it, you'll go work for it, or you go ask for it. You know, you're infectious. When people see that, oh, okay, you do believe in it, or you do love it, so I will lend you that money. You know, but if you bullshit people, like, you know, of course it ain't gonna work. Out of Borough is a foundation for me to do many other things. Because I don't want to say, hey, you know, I'm doing Out of Borough and this is what I need to do. No, I'm here at Out of Borough to meet you, to tell my story, to inspire other people, to show that I haven't given up. You know, I think it's just a building block to so many other things that I want to do in life. My favorite quote from Nelson Mandela is that we fear the light, not the darkness. You know, people are scared to succeed, not scared to fail. And that's why it stops us from doing what we do. Stop playing second, because you need to just do you.